Welcome to CYSZ Gaming. This is your host, the King Paradigm, bringing you some more combat gameplay here. So, what we're going to talk about now today is the vicious cycle of going pro. Because it's vicious in the battlefield. It's got its rewards, but it's a pretty vicious field because you got to look at what's actually going on, you know. You're putting, because basically each tournament, like when you're pro and when you're going like pro and shit, and you start playing tournaments, like you'll find out like in MKX, I don't know if any other ones, because I basically just started trying to go pro with this game like this year, basically at the end of last year, because I wasn't even looking at frame data until like the end of the year, because I really was stubborn about it. I was like, oh fuck it, you don't need to know frame data. I knew when I could punish people, like that was one thing I didn't know. Like I knew as soon as their combo ended, I can go. Sometimes, because sometimes you be plus, which if you don't know frame data, you don't know what that really means. And then I didn't know, the one thing that always irritated me that I didn't know about frame data was if you don't know frame data, you don't know like that a move that you do is really negative. That's like a really big thing, because basically I would do a move and then I'd be blocking. I'd literally hold block right after the move and then they hit me. I was like, what the hell's going on? I was blocking. And that's basically why you should learn frame data, like if you're trying to get real serious with the game, because there's certain moves that are so negative that you actually can't block for a given period of time, and they can actually punish you if they attack as soon as that move's over. And that's basically some things that people don't know about basically about the game, you know. People usually don't basically know about how negative a move is on block or something like that, basically, to where they end up getting punished and they're like, oh, what happened? I was blocking, you know. Also, there's like with Sonic, you gotta carry a burden like with this, because like when you I was playing like probably every day hours, like 12 hours a day, some days 10 hours, sometimes I do 9-hour streams, and I literally be playing all day long. And that's literally what you have to do when you're trying to go pro in this game. You gotta like play all day. You gotta act like this is like your job to do this. That's how people actually get really good at the game. But the burden of it is that other people are doing the same exact thing that you're doing. People are putting countless hours in this game. So you go to a tournament, and the tournament is first to 3. That means that basically whoever gets the 3 wins first wins the whole thing, basically. And sometimes there is no losers, but usually at the tournaments, like when you actually go out to a tournament, you get a second chance. You go into losers, and you can lose that, and then it's all over. But you got to realistically think about this. Let's say you're playing every single day for hours, weeks, months, hours in. You're playing all these good people and shit. Now you go to a tournament, and you fight somebody. You lose. You lose 3-0 or you lose 3-2, whatever. You lose the first game. Then you go into losers. You lose that game. Now you just lost the whole tournament. So now all those hours you put in, all that work you did, gone. You just lost. Maybe next time. And all the money you had to spend to actually go to that event is pretty much gone because you didn't win anything. And basically you had to be like 3rd, 2nd, or 1st place to like get anything like worth anything, like get any of your money back for going there and doing good. And you got a lot of people that are doing good there, you know. Like, it's different with games like this or I think even some sport games are like this too, but like, you know, at least when you play like basketball or football or something, like everybody's getting paid no matter who wins the damn game, you know. But in fighting games and stuff like that, like you gotta actually win the whole thing. Like all the hours you put in don't matter, because somebody else, they could just be naturally more better at the game than you and don't put that much time in and basically just be good, you know. So there's like a burden, like when you lose, like that's why when you beat somebody in this game, they get really salty. Like I don't ever get mad at people when they get salty. Like I'll beat them and then they'll like be like, oh fuck you, whatever. I'll be like, oh whatever, man. Like I actually understand it because I know they probably put a whole bunch I could tell, especially if they're like good or if they're decent and I beat them and they still lose, you know. I know they put a lot of time into it, and it's like they shouldn't pop off because they lost, but I understand it. Like, you put so much time in the game and then you lose. It's like, I can't be taking these L's with all this time I put in. Fuck this game. You know what I mean? Like, the game is fun as hell. It's just, that's the burden, you know, when you lose, especially, like, in a tournament. Especially, like, online tournaments, because sometimes they don't have, like, losers. So, like, you literally could beat, like, 6 people in a row and then lose one game 2-3, and now you're eliminated from the tournament. Like, that's just like a heartache, because you're just like, oh, nah, I basically got to sit here and it's over. Like, I lost. Like, I don't even have a chance to redeem myself. It's already all over, basically. Like, that sucks, you know. You just lose 3 times, and then now you're like eliminated. You just beat 6 people. Like, I had to have it with ESL. I was playing ESL online, and I literally beat 6 people, made the top 16 at ESL with Tanya. And this was the same week I made top 16 at Combat Cup. But that made the ESL, and then I lost to like the next person, and I got eliminated, and I was just like, damn, man. I was literally playing that tournament for 3 hours. Like, I was playing it like, I was playing it from like 3 p.m. and it was like 7 o'clock, and like, I was like, cool, and then I like got eliminated. I'm like, damn, well, my whole day's gone now, and I just gotta basically hold that L. It sucks, you know. Also, like, Sonic Fox even has a burden. Like, even if you get good at the game, like, you have a burden now, because now it's like, everybody's like, Sonic Fox is the best MKX player. Like, what? Like, who wants that burden? Like, you want to be like the best at the game, but like, you really think about it, like, he's got to always defend that trophy at all times. Like, he's got to defend his title because everybody wants in on him, basically. They always want to dethrone him and be like, oh no, I'm better than him now. He's not good at the game. You know what I mean? So you got to basically deal with that. That's a burden of that, you know, the burden of losing. Also, even a burden with like being the best with a character, like, that's a really heavy burden. Like, I think that's up there with like being the best at the game. I think being the best is worse though, actually. But I think the second thing is the burden of being the best with a character. Like, if you're a character loyalist, like, you gotta like defend that shit. Like, if you say I'm the best Tanya, or I'm the best Reptile or whatever, like, you gotta basically defend that to the grave. Like, especially like the only character you use and then you lose to somebody. Like I told you in my video what the mirror matches mean. Like, I could basically say, oh, I'm the best Reptile, and then like somebody could come out and be like, oh, well, no, actually I'm the best Reptile. Everybody knows me as Reptile. I could lab the matchup with Reptile extensively, like every single thing about it, and then whoop that guy's ass, and then I'd basically be the best Reptile, even though I believe that he would still be, even if that guy was way better than me at all the other matchups. If I lab that matchup more than he basically has labbed it, I have a better chance of beating him because I know the matchup more thoroughly than he does. Because, like I said in that video, it's just a matchup. So I like never, like, I don't think people should ever do that. Like, put their whole career on the line with their character because they lost to their own character. Like, if you don't know the matchup, or if you're not extensively, if you don't fight yourself all the time, then it's gonna be a hard matchup for you to actually win. You know what I mean? So that's like an issue. Also, like when you're trying to do YouTube too and trying to go pro, like, it makes things 10 times complicated. Because before last year, at the end of last year, I started uploading videos every day, and like now I don't even play as much as I want to play because, you know, I gotta go to work too. So when I get home from work, I'm tired, I take a nap, then I might wake up, I gotta do a video, or I gotta go online to make some content or play somebody online and shit, so I can have something to put up as a video. And basically, right there is kind of in itself is like, I'll be tired, and then basically I won't play the game as much as I did last year, because before I was only uploading videos like maybe every 3 days or every 2 days. That's what I was basically doing. And I was like, I want to do it every day because I just want to do more YouTube shit, you know, because I like helping people out and shit. But I noticed that now I don't play as much now. Like, I used to be way better, but now I feel like I'm getting worse at the game because I make so many videos all the time, and I'm always making new content and stuff and thinking of new ideas. But I love doing YouTube right now, so I think it's like a decision when you have to make when you're doing YouTube or you want to go pro, because it's pretty much hard as hell to do both. Like, you'd have to really not sleep most of the day and try to go pro, basically. I know my friend was telling me, Maximilian dude, he said he stopped being pro, and I was just thinking that because he does YouTube, because he uploads a video like every day, you know. And my friend said, well, you know, he said that he didn't like what it felt like when you lose in tournaments and stuff when you're trying to go pro, basically. And I can like get that, because basically it sucks. You put all that time in, and then you go there and lose 3 games, and now you're eliminated. Like, you spend all that money to travel, or you play an online tournament, you get eliminated one time and you just beat 5 people, and like, it sucks because you're like, man, I put so much time into this game and then I just lose. Like, it's like extremely frustrating, you know. Like, I know a lot of pro, even like Dragon and Star and all those people, like, that's just like a really big burden. You put all that time in and then basically you just lose. Like, sucks, you know. I mean, I think it's a fun sport, you know, playing the game and shit and being good and getting really good. I mean, it's cool. It's a really nice community and everything. It is vicious though. Like, gaming is very vicious. There's other sports I can't think of right now, but gaming is pretty vicious when it comes to like going pro in it and stuff like that, because you really gotta take L's, and it's like a lot of time you put into the game. You could literally be playing the game for months and months, not doing anything else, not even having a social life, trying to get good at the game, learning all the frame data, learning every punish, learning how to get out of situations, learning every matchup. Because in this game, you got variations, so you got to deal with all these people's variations. What are they gonna do? What variation they use? Oh, well, now I gotta know how to fight that variation. You got to deal with all these different situations, and I think it's like over 100 variations in this game that you got to deal with. So you got to know all those matchups. So I think actually it's over 100 matchups in this game basically. So there's a lot of matchups that you got to learn in order to even be the best at the game basically. Because if somebody picks a character you don't know, now you're in a situation where you don't know how to beat that character. You're in a tournament situation and you don't know anything. The only thing you can do is stay on offense, because if you go on defense, you're screwed, because you don't know what their frame data is. You don't know when you can attack. They might be plus on the string, and now you're trying to press buttons when they're plus, and now you get hit, and you're like, what the hell? Why is he still hitting me? Because you don't know the matchup. And that there in itself is hard. Like, the hardest thing I think about my sticking point with pro is like not finding the matchup experience I need. Like, if I fight Possessed Kenshi, like, I don't fight Possessed Kenshi. Like, who uses Possessed Kenshi right now? Like, there's only like one player that's pro as hell. Like, Tweety, he's good as hell with Possessed Kenshi. Let's say I go to a live event and I fight Possessed Kenshi. Like, without me looking up the tech myself, as I did, I'd be screwed because I don't have the matchup experience. I played a Spec Ops Cassie. Like, I've never fought a Spec Ops Cassie since this game has came out. Like, I've actually never fought one. And like 2 weeks ago, I fought one on this on my friend's little series he's got going called The Beef, where he takes people in King of the Ring to do first to tens, and he does commentary on it. It's on YouTube. You type my name in, it'll probably pop up The Beef. And I fought Spec Ops Cassie, and I literally did not know how to beat this guy. I probably should have stuck with Reptile, but it was like first to 10, and I was like, I want to try my new characters out, but I ended up picking Tanya because I was like, I could just zone him out and just stay on the offense. I don't have to worry about learning the matchup, but it still was like, once he got in, he was playing at a high level, so it was like I couldn't do too much about it, you know. He wasn't playing random or something. And then I was like, so it was really like, that in itself is a really big burden, because a lot of players complain about that, like getting MU experience, because it's a really big thing in this game. Like, you have to be able to get MU experience in this game, or you're pretty much screwed. And you need it at a high level. You can't just go and play any Spec Ops Cassie and be like, oh, well, this is gonna help me out. Like, it's not gonna help you out. It might help you a little bit, but it depends. You need to play one at a high level though, because we go to a tournament, nobody's about to pick a character they're bad with at a tournament. No one's gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna play Spec Ops Cassie, but I don't ever play him. They're gonna be playing Spec Ops Cassie because that's like their main, or that's a high level character that they got in their stash of characters basically. So is that too. Like, that's probably my biggest sticking point when I was trying to go pro. I'm still trying a little bit. It's harder now because I'm trying to make YouTube videos every day. But my sticking point mainly is that I don't have the high level people I want to play with that character, so I can get the MU experience basically. Like, I just started playing Young Monsters Jackie, which I don't really fight Jackies a lot. So like, he's playing at an extreme high level. And like, I don't even know when I can attack. Like, I was actually learning the high tech matchup with Reptile, and I was like, okay, I can poke after these strings. And I was learning it while I was fighting, because if you never fight the character, you're kind of in a situation where you have to just learn it while you're fighting him. Because if you go into practice and try to do it, you don't know how a high level Jackie plays. That's the issue. Like, people say, oh, well, just go into practice and do it. You can't even do that, because you don't play Jackie at a high level. You don't play that character at a high level. So you're basically in that situation where you have to find that character, or if you're not good enough at the game, or you don't have connections, you're kind of always in that loop where you can end up losing to a character. Like, I remember Hitbox Tyrant was like the original Jax main, like from Fatal Lane, and he was playing, and I remember he went to another tournament and he came back, and we haven't seen him in a long time, and he ended up fighting a Tanya, and it was like Tanya just destroyed him, and they're like, he just doesn't know the matchup because he wasn't blocking anything. Like, he didn't know any of the strings, and like that sucks because I'm sure he knew like a lot of other matchups, but like I said, if you don't know the matchup, like you're kind of in a situation where you're kind of like just screwed over because you don't like. It's a lot of factors in this game that stop everything. Like even if I sit all day and practice combos and I get all my combos down, I learn all the matchups as best as I can with characters I don't even play with. You still got to get the MU experience. Like when you learn tech and you start doing tech, like when I fought Tweety Possess. If you watch the video, I used the tech in that video. I used the tech from my how to beat Possess Kenshi guide. That fight was before I made the guide though. Like I actually released that video after it. Like I already knew all the tech. And when I fought him, I was like, oh wow, this tech actually does perfectly work in a real life situation. But I didn't backdash his overhead move like I did in the tech video. But eventually, if I keep fighting Tweety, I'll actually do it. But I'm trying to incorporate each tech as I keep fighting him, and that's basically how you do it. Like each thing that you have found out to use as tech, you gotta basically incorporate it in your fighting, and you're basically when you're fighting that character. But if you never get that matchup experience, then you never be able to incorporate that in there. You know. I know this is a long rant. I'm just really trying to dig into this because there's a lot of factors. Like I don't like when people say, oh well, they just need to play more or they need to practice more or get good and shit at this game. There's actually a lot of little factors that are big factors that actually accompany people losing in this game basically compared to people that always win, you know. Because like if you're like big like Sonic Fox, you pretty much can fight anybody and get the MU experience from anybody. You know, you don't have to worry about not getting that experience and staying at a low level because basically, once you start playing high-level people and they're playing high-level characters at the same time, you're literally double leveling up. Because, like, literally, you're getting MU experience from a high-level character that no one really plays, or they do play, but you're getting MU experience, matchup experience with that person. And at the same time, you're becoming a better player because you're fighting better players. So you're winning all the way around. And you're also eliminating bad habits off rip. Because if you've played this game from the beginning and you basically only played... people that are bad at it, you'll basically have bad habits. Like you'll do slide at the end of the match at a final round to see if you can seal the deal, and you might win one time with it. So now when you're fighting a pro player, you're doing a slide at the end of the game, and they're being composed as hell, and then they end up punishing you and win the whole game. You're like, oh my god, that worked last time. It's because you're not versing good people, and the people that the pros only fight damn near good people, so they don't have these bad habits that you have. That's why they seem so godly when you fight. You're just like, man, they don't ever make any mistake. They know exactly what to do. It's because they don't have the bad habits that you have, because they didn't start like that. And they have a formula for when they start playing these games, you know. And most people don't have a formula, you know. I picked up the game MKX and was just like, I'm gonna go online and whoop people's asses. No combos. I'm doing forward Kung Lao. Shit's unsafe as hell, but it's hitting people. But all the pros, they already got stacks of combos made up already. As soon as the game, Fatal 8 was, I think they had 1 day to train, and they already had combos already made. They were terrible combos, but they had more combos than I had when I first started, and that was 1 day. So you can see they have a formula for how to get good at the game, and then they're going to only play each other, so they only can get good, you know. They're not going to basically play like scrubs all the time, you know. They can play scrubs from time to time, but for the most part, they're not even going to do that, you know. So you're kind of... That's like basically like the vicious cycle. That's the cycle of like pro. Like it's like really vicious out. It's really vicious being pro. It's crazy how much stuff you have to gotta deal with. But I think that's all I'm gonna say here. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, comment, subscribe. Make videos every day. And yeah, leave any comments, any questions you guys got, or anything like anything you want to say about this topic. I know I was on a bit of a rant, but it's just it's a really interesting topic. But yeah.
Maybe next time.
Final round, fight! Finish him! Cassie wins. Fatality.